Love, love, love the collection, Romona.
Oh, you are so wonderful. I tell you, you always bring a smile to my face whenever you come to see my show. It's really wonderful to see you again. So how are you?
I'm good, but I'm going to play a little game with you.
Okay.
I'm a bride.
All right.
And I want to wear a Romona Keveza gown down the aisle because I
don't want to shout opulence. I want to whisper elegance.
That's a great quote. So tell us a little bit more about who the Romona Keveza bride is.
The reality is we have to look at what the circumstances are in our economy today. And I think that this collection speaks to a wide breadth of brides. You know, a few years ago, it was very much in vogue to have very opulent weddings and really grand. The bigger, the better. The more expensive, the better. And given the circumstances that we have in the world today, and it's not just the economy, you know, it's the environment and the political situations and the terrorism, you know, people are pulling back. And I think it's kind of a good thing. You know, people have been complaining about, oh my goodness, what's going on with the stock market. But what's happened is it's forced them to really look at what's really, really valuable in life. And what's valuable? It's your family, it's your loved ones, it's your friends. And so instead of focusing on having a wedding that's expensive and better than the Joneses, they're focusing on what's really making them happy. And what makes a bride happy is feeling beautiful. She doesn't have to wear the most expensive dress in the world. She just has to feel that she's beautiful. And when she feels it, she is that. And walking down the aisle, it's going to be the first memory that her husband-to-be is going to have of her in their new future together. And so for the Romona Keveza bride, what she's looking to wear is a gown that will never go out of style, something that is always in fashion. And it's, you know, we're known for our gowns that have a signature style that's reminiscent of Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, Jackie Kennedy. And today, more than ever, this is a look that a lot of brides want because they don't want to wear something that is going to be offensive, that's going to be too gaudy, that's going to be too showy. And the styles of these women in their wonderful, refined, chic way was a style that is always perennially in fashion. So it's a style that brides, I think, would feel very comfortable in, and they are looking for that look right now. This is not the time to be, you know, grandiose and ostentatious. Doesn't mean you can't be luxurious. We have luxurious fabrications, but it whispers as opposed to shouting.
I think that's the quote of the weekend for market. That's my favorite quote I've heard thus far, especially. And you have definitely a beautiful collection featuring fashion and different necklines, which I particularly love, especially in the off-the-shoulder or one-shouldered looks and the halter looks. And then your fabrics, you have such a range. One of my favorite collection really introductions today that I don't recall seeing in past collections was the one with the satin chiffon that had the incredible sheen. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know, our couture bride is a little bit different from our Legends bride, who prefers the very classic silhouettes with classic fabrications such as French lace and the taffetas. Now, when we're getting into the couture bride, what she's looking for is the same thing from a couture bridal designer as she expects from her couture dress designer in ready-to-wear. So on the runways, what you're seeing from, you know, Donna Karan's runway to Giorgio Armani, you're seeing these wonderful luminescent chiffons that we call satin chiffons. So it's almost like mercury. You know, it's just absolutely gorgeous the way it falls on the body, and it has wonderful drapey qualities. And we're seeing Grecian looks. So these are new fabrications that you're seeing by the top designers around the world, and brides expect the same kind of fashion-forward thinking from their bridal designers that are in couture. So that's what we're offering for the brides today in these wonderful new fabrications, such as the satin chiffon you saw on the runway.
And then you do some beautiful surprises, such as with your sashes. whether it be a satin sash or it be a big floral addition to the gown.
Yes, we do offer these nice little touches, what I call this. It's a very simple dress with a certain je ne sais quoi. And that certain je ne sais quoi is that little accessory that just pops, whether it be in our Legends collection with these organza sashes and these fabulous feathered flowers, or whether it be in our Couture collection with, just a subtle touch of beading that just gives a little bit of a sparkle as the bride's walking down the aisle, be it these little tiny little rhinestone buttons or unusual beading that is done at the waist.
What's your favorite adjective to describe weddings?
Love. It's all about love. And today in the economy, we've been focusing maybe a little bit too much on money. And maybe people are upset because oh my God, I've lost money. But really, you haven't lost anything. When you lose your health, when you lose your family, when you lose the loves of your lives, that's when it's really lost. And maybe this is a good thing for us, that we go back and we look at what are true American values and spending more time with each other rather than, schluffing off and getting the next expensive car, schluffing off and, going to a restaurant. Instead, making a home-cooked meal, sitting down at the dining room table with all your loved ones. And I find that people are really, simplifying their lives instead of making it so complicated. And they're discovering each other again.
Well, those are words of wisdom, and I think all of our listeners will appreciate hearing that today. And Romona, thank you as always for joining us.
Oh, I love being with you, and welcome, and bye everybody.